a couple of reasons. People loved the salad and reached out to me. And I will write up tonight about this life-saving salad that I ate when I healed myself 4 years ago. The other reason I wanted to jump on and make this salad again, and why I'm having it again, is I felt, because it was so fresh, I felt so energized last night. Plus I woke up this morning, I felt amazing. And I realized doing the more Brooke Goldner high omega-3 diet had been making me more tired. No mast cell reactions, no histamine reactions, but I had been getting more tired, and I woke up feeling so energized this morning. So I thought, why not? I've got to make it again today. I will hop on and share me making it. What I want to start with today, and I know a lot of you don't like the plastic, but the plastic was all I could afford when I saved my life. So I'm using it again. But yesterday I did talk on how I make like a little bruschetta mix, and I got some fresh basil, I got some red onion, so I'm gonna let that marinate while then I can make the rest of the salad. But I used to do this when I healed myself, and that was get just any tomatoes. And it's really interesting. Last night I had no histamine reactions, yet all of this is high histamine foods. But we'll see how we go, right? So I used to just cut up, and maybe I'll do all this again, right? What I did that healed me. Maybe I was onto something. The more I share this, because if I eat just avocado or just tomatoes, I seem to have histamine reactions. But when I have it in this salad, which saved my life, I don't have any histamine reactions. And I'm wondering if it's because when you put all these foods together with non-histamine foods, if they kind of balance out to be lower histamine, is what I'm thinking. Plus you have turmeric and black pepper, which increases the absorption of curcumin, which is a huge anti-inflammatory effect in this salad as well. So I would get just a little bowl. Hey! Well, it's actually good afternoon. This is why we're making a salad here in Australia. Let me just turn this off. But good morning to you. Oh, I'm turning this off and on. So I said I got some fresh basil. We are just going to chop some of these leaves up. I love basil. And you can see my hair's wet. I just went for a run, and then I went in the freezing cold winter ocean in Australia, and I feel amazing. And then I have raw foods, and then I feel even better. So it's all about the feels here. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys yesterday, how I just get a whole heap of basil. And I think when I was healing, I used to just like put it all together like this and fine chop, but I've got clients this afternoon, so I can't stay on here forever. So, hey, you're from Sydney. Hey, I'm from Sydney. I'm from the Shire. I've just been in the ocean. Okay, so we're making a little mock basil. We're making a little mock bruschetta for my salad, because when I was healing, I was all about flavors that I loved. So tomato, basil, I got some red onion. We're going to do some red onion in this. And I know yesterday everyone's like, don't use plastic, but I'm trying to emulate what I did when I healed myself. When I healed myself, I was on disability payments and could only afford these bowls. And I still have them. They're very nostalgic for me. So we're back using these bowls. We have some red onion in this little bowl. Like that. And we do some fresh garlic, which I saw here. You're from Mexico. You have a lot of beautiful fruits and chilies and spices and flavors from Mexico. You're very lucky. Beautiful, oh my God, my eyes from the onions. Beautiful water as well in Mexico. I haven't been there, but I'm making myself right now. I want to go. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm from Australia. I am from Australia. My eyes are starting to water. Oh my gosh, what have I done to myself? Okay. All right, we're moving along now. I'm not someone who cries very much, so well, today I am. Oh my God, I'm bland. Oh my God. Do you open your mouth or something? I don't know. Put a glass of water on it. I need a cat. Maybe I prefer a dog. But cats are beautiful too. I think people are cat people or dog people. And I want a dog, but I don't want one here because it's such a small apartment. Okay. We're doing garlic in my bruschetta. Okay, that's cleared out the sinuses, guys. If you want a quick cleanse, cut up an onion and you leek. Leek is an onion, but any onion, not a leek. Leeks are more mild. Oh my God, everything is a leaking. I poisoned myself. All right, here we are. We've got the little bruschetta. We've got the tomato, basil, purple onion, garlic. We will put some lemon. And we'll let that marinate for the top of our salad. Okay. Hey, what's my favorite movie? Oh my God, The Notebook. I also love, I don't mind a Marvel's movie. Any of them really. Okay, but Notebook. That's a bit of a jump, right? Going from The Notebook to like action movies. Sci-fi action movies. Okay, so we've got this little bruschetta bowl, which this is all marinating. So to the side. To the side. Okay, big bowl. This is my big bowl. I ate all this live yesterday. Also, I don't have a stomach. My stomach's been removed. So this lifestyle is like I had nutrient absorption problems. I had mast cell activation. I had a full hysterectomy. I was on a whole lot of pain medication, psychiatric, depression, anxiety, congenital disease, chronic viruses. It all stopped. Except the mast cell activation flared up again, but my blood work was perfect after a year on raw foods, including the fact that I can't absorb, apparently I'm missing the part of my stomach which absorbs iron, yet I healed myself of anemia on this lifestyle. So I share because others do not have to suffer like I did. No one has to suffer like I did. We can have salads and swims in the ocean and going for runs and doing Pilates and having fruit and making raw recipes and love our life. So now into my bowl goes greens, as much greens as you want, any greens. You can do kale, you can do baby spinach, you can do romaine lettuce, whatever you want to call it. We are doing greens to start. That is the basis of this salad, which healed me. I healed myself. I didn't even know what I was doing. I had FND, a functional neurological disorder. I could barely read or write, could barely stand. But as I got this in, I could do more. And I would make this salad and I kept healing within 6 weeks, no symptoms. Hey, Creative Heart! Yes, make sure to like and subscribe so you can feel good too. We want everybody feeling good. Okay, we're doing more greens here. So this is a mixed leaf. In Australia, you can get romaine, and pretty much in the world, I think, you can get mixed leaf and romaine from anywhere. Hello, I want to drop in and see. I know it's not easy out there answering questions and reacting to viewers' messages. Oh, hello, thank you. Thanks for the love. Do you know what? It's not really that hard for me to do this when you've had doctors and surgeons and carers care for you your whole life. I already feel like everybody in the world knew what happened to me anyway. It was so, I felt just like, I already feel like my awakening, part of it was like that I had to accept. What I did also was what made my anxiety a lot less is think that everybody can already see everything you're doing. And so that made me live really in a way that I loved. So Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel much better because these are my go-tos, right? Is running, I did today. I also did some, I jumped in the ocean. I've also had a quick cleanse with the onion, which has made me leak. And then I had my salad yesterday, which made me wake up and feel absolutely amazing because I wasn't feeling great still. And that's why I had my Save My Life salad yesterday. And then other people have written to me and said, you know, there's something to this. And I thought it was just like my go-to, but I actually think this salad might be people with histamines because the histamine foods are broken up by non-histamine foods, which may, with anti-inflammatory properties of turmeric and pepper, which increase curcumin, which may just be the way that my body could get all this fresh food in with low histamine. Because if I eat these foods individually, I react. Eat an avocado, I react. Eat a tomato, I react. Eat a lemon in a juice, I react as mast cell activation syndrome to the histamines in those foods. Put them all together with greens and break them up with things like carrot, cucumber, bell pepper, Brussels sprouts. It seems I've lowered the histamine load. And I think also because the foods I'm talking about, most of the foods in here are all fresh. And when I have fresh foods, I notice my body breaks them down a lot easier than dried. Because yesterday I didn't have all those seeds. I didn't do the high omega-3 diet, the mast cell activation diet that I had been, which stopped my mast cell activation, but I felt was stopping me from, I felt like it was bringing on the flu, like it was just a bit too heavy. So we will see. Okay, now is the part we do the mock noodle. So remember when I healed myself, all I had was a chopping board, a knife, and a vegetable peeler. No blender, no juicer, no grinder. So we use the vegetable peeler. I feel rich now because I have a couple of vegetable peelers, but back then was just one. You can get this from Amazon. I think it's like $3. So I loved like sweet chili type noodles. So I would make noodles from vegetables to trick my brain. I am from Australia. Yes, thank you everyone to like and subscribe. Oh, thank you so much for your generous. Thank you. You are so kind. Oh, thank you. I feel like those things. So when I run, please know it took me 1.5 years of walking till I could run after getting myself well. I was in a bed for like I was in a bed for 15 years straight, 25 years all up if you look at my life, and I was sick for 32 years. It took me 1.5 years to walk every day till I run, but a lot of my running is not fast. I do not think that you have to live your dream and be a superhero. As long as I'm jogging and it's something about forcing the blood to the surface of the skin, which makes me feel different. So if I do Pilates and walking, that's great, but I don't get it. It's probably the lymph system and the detoxification. I need my blood forced away from my major organs. So in winter, you'll find that the reason you're pale is not because for any other reason, but that blood, you're kind of in a shock mode, even though when you're cold, right? So all that blood is in your major organs. And if I run, the blood has to go everywhere. It has to go to the surface, basically. So the surface of the skin, the nose, you'll notice your nose runs. You'll get some color on your skin. Otherwise, you're white. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is don't think you have to superhero run. The motion of doing it seems to be enough. So I did 4 kilometers today, and then I came back, and I love the ocean water. Like it makes me, once again, I know that then forces all the blood to my major organs. But that contrast after being so warm is beautiful. So yes, thanks again for that, for the money. Yet no proteins. You can have more protein on this diet. I didn't have a lot of protein when I healed, and a lot of experts are saying high amounts of protein. There's plenty of protein in here: nuts, seeds, greens, avocado, veggies. I used to soak lentils, but I haven't had a calling. When I was training a lot, I was having peanut protein and hemp protein. in my foods, but now I'm not called to it. Sorry, a lot of experts are saying it's very taxing on the liver, the protein. And if you want to heal, you have daily protein, but you're not wanting to have a lot because that's just a lot more on the system, right? We want the system, you've got to pick your protein, you've got to pick your goal. What is your body about to do for you? Do you want to overload it with something your liver finds taxing when you're trying to heal? So I ordered some enzymes. Okay, I ordered some enzymes. I think I need them. My digestion has been off since starting raw again. That's great. I love the Leucorona ones, and I don't think I put them in the salad yesterday. And did I bring up that I saw Dr. Brooke Goldner say, someone asked her, do you have fermented foods or probiotics to heal your gut? And I love her because she's common sense, even though she's a doctor. She said, use the probiotics to heal the gut. Once your gut is working, use the fermented foods to keep it healthy. Now, I agree with that because when my gut is off, all having fermented foods does is give me histamine reactions because you have leaky gut. So you're reacting, because if you have leaky gut, the wall is split, all the histamines, pathogens go through the wall and they activate like IgE, histamines, what else? Cytokines, all sorts of things in the body, and you get an allergic reaction. And that doesn't happen with the probiotics. And also, as she said, is probiotics have controlled strains. So when you buy them, on the back it will state what's in them. That does not happen for fermented food. Now, when I say fermented foods, I mean foods in the refrigerator. And also just know, as something ferments, the bacterial components of it change. So you might, from 1 week to the next, that's why, and usually there's more histidines, histamines, which are amino acids, which set you off. So I hope, let me know how it goes. I hope it goes well. That's amazing you can run. Even when I was younger, I couldn't run. I couldn't run until I got on raw foods. I was not a runner. I was a swimmer. I was like, you get me to run, I die. I run, I die. But then something in me got me to work towards it. But if you're happy doing other things, I say go for it. Well, I don't know whether it's eating the greens that makes you tan. So Creative Heart said eating greens makes you tan. I went on this lifestyle and my skin went so brown. But I thought it was, people say because you're alkaline now and you're not full of chemicals, I'd let go of vaping, drinking, pharmaceutical medications. And I noticed when I put my hormone replacement back in, as soon as I did, I was sensitive to the sun. It took me a while to adjust. I don't know whether there's enough carrot here. Sorry, I'm chatting away here. Let me do some cucumber and then I'll get some more carrot. So I think it's the alkalinity of the foods in the body that stops you from having like a chemical reaction. So you put chemicals that like sunscreens, makeup, all the preservatives in food in a container, which is very acidic, and put it in the sun and watch it bubble. Put veggies in the sun, nothing happens. They might ferment and wilt. Kind of what happens to us. As long as you stay hydrated, the veggies seem to make you go really tanned. Like really tanned. A lot of people on all sorts of raw diets. I've heard all fruit, I've heard all high greens, I've heard high veggie. It seems that like, but I think it's not just the food. I think it's also getting rid of a whole lot of chemicals. Like we have no idea. I got rid of all of it when I first, and I was like going in the sun in winter, I'd come in and I'd be like so dark. Okay, I want a little more carrot noodle. I call them noodles. You got to make do with what you've got. Okay. Thank you for all your help, Creative Heart, too. I can see all the people that you're getting. Nice kitchen. Thank you. Yes, there's proteins in all food. Amino acids, which essentially are easier for the body to build into the proteins it needs. You eat a protein, the body needs to have a hell of a lot of energy. Because why? I don't have a stomach. I'm not breaking down any meats, and I'm vegan too, so that's not happening. But it has to break down the meat and then break down the proteins, and then those proteins have to be re-established to be used in components that the body can use. You're better off having easy digestion with raw foods, and then all the free amino acids will be put together into proteins that your body can use. So I actually healed eating a lot of carrot, cucumber, and celery during the day. Now I have a lot of celery juice. Okay, so here we are. We've got a level of greens as much as you want. We've got carrots and cucumber, and I make them into noodly bits. Okay, the next part of this is usually I do some fresh herbs. I used to have lots like chives and all sorts of things, but we've got some coriander. So we'll use coriander. As I said, the components to this salad are basic, there's like a blueprint to this salad. There's especially the veggies and the greens, you can put in as much as you want. When it gets to doing the nuts and seeds and avocado, there's more rules because those are more like denser foods that don't have the really light energetics, which I think literally even if you're getting it wrong on a raw food, you're getting it right, because I feel like it's the energetics of food which heals us, which no other diet ever did for me. And I've been on them. I've been on them, baby. Okay, we're doing now some red cabbage. This is where we add any extra veggies we want. So I'm going to do some red cabbage. And you can make this and you can eat this over the whole day. You can share it with someone. But I ate this on camera yesterday. I ate the whole lot. It took me 2 hours, I think. But that's good. Good for digestion. Do not force your gut if you're having gut issues. Do not think that if you're bloated, putting more food in is ever a good idea. That's not a good idea. Wait till it calms down. Okay, the other I'm putting in is some Brussels sprouts. I think I'll just put 2 because I put 3 of the 3. I put a lot of the red cabbage, so just Brussels sprouts. You choose your veggies. So this is like the cruciferous layer of veggies in the salad. So we've done greens, we've done my carrot, cucumber, and you can do zucchini if you want noodles. We do fresh herbs, and then we do a cruciferous layer. Okay. That's what we've got there. World YouTube. I'm new in your live. Well, welcome, my dream, my world YouTube. Dr. Goldner approved probiotics, and I'm doing her program for a while. I want to try it till January. Good for you. Yes, I've seen that she has approved ones. Calling you from Kenya. Hey there. Thanks for subscribing. I didn't know there was beta carotene in greens. That's interesting. I was having greens and carrots and all sorts of things. I'm not a doctor. I had doctors and I looked like I was dying. Here we go. Let me do this. Is this still here, these photos? Oh, I'll show you guys what I healed myself from. I was always sick. Even when they gave me a surgery and took out organs, it would just pop out somewhere else. The only thing you can do is eventually, I believe, is get on a health journey. And that being where you heal yourself. So that's just before I lost my memory, when I was in ICU and they didn't think I'd make it and I was 37 kilograms. But I did show yesterday that when I started this journey, I was here. That's me. When I started, my eyes are yellow because my liver was kind of failing. I'd lost most of my hair. And then I went to 10 months later is here. 10 months later. 10 months. And my hair, you can see, went all blonde. That's just from nothing in it. I stopped using everything except for coconut oil, and in my hair, rosemary and apple cider vinegar. So, yeah, this is what we're healing from. I'm very fair. I need a tan. Go slowly. Don't go out in the middle of summer. I feel like when I had the shingles and then afterwards when I'd been on a lot of fresh raw foods, you have to start in winter with the raw foods and getting outdoors, and you start to tan in winter, so you're strong for spring. And then by spring you've already got your winter-based tan where you just don't burn. And then you've got like a layer on, and then you're ready for spring. And then you have to go through the spring sun to build up. And then by the time summer comes, if you get sick in spring, like I did with the shingles, and then end of summer you go out, your body's not ready. I put on 12 kilos in 1 year on raw foods. I could not do that on any other diet. What brand of skincare and makeup do you use? I've been meaning to ask you. Okay, so I was using a brand called Vanessa Morgan, which is an Australian brand. I don't necessarily think anything special about it because I would have reordered it when I ran out, but I didn't. I've just been using, I think it's Cetaphil in the shower, but I usually get my makeup off with coconut oil. And at the moment I have this quinoa water by an amazing brand. If you ever want to use very, very light natural makeups, which I used when I was healing on YouTube, never wore them except when I did videos, which wasn't a lot back then. It's by Are Perez, EREPEREZ, and they have very natural oat milk foundations and makeup removers. But I was also using Jillian's. I loved Jillian Berry's moisturizer. I'm about to meet up with her, so I'm going to hit her up for all her products because I did love that. It is a bit stronger. It's plant-based vegan, but it is a bit stronger. But if you are like a cancer patient going through chemo and you're at that extreme of sensitivity, is apparently people at that level can only use this Are Perez, which I happened to stumble upon when I was in my midst of being sensitive to anything. So I'm obsessed with red cabbage too. So as for what I actually use, I've said this, I use Nivea, which has, sadly, this is the only thing I have which isn't vegan. So it's not tested on animals. It hasn't got anything more than there's some lanolin derived from wool. I don't even think it's in this product. I think it's in the other product. So there's another product I use which I bought and didn't realize. I don't think this has any animal products in it, which I didn't know when I got it. And the only reason I went straight back to Nivea is because I was getting my memory back and I used to use this and I noticed smells that I was familiar with started to help trigger my memory. So I used this. So I just kind of use this on my face or coconut oil. It's funny, I've gone back to what I usually do. And that's it. Every time something ran out, I never bought it again. If I love it, I do. The only thing I want to use again is Jillian's because I really did like that. But as I said, if you're really sensitive, it is a bit stronger. So, yes, thank you, George Jackson. Laso, she had one surgery on her stomach. Wow, your eyes are extremely pretty, not just saying that or hitting on you. Why, thank you. Have you read the book Green for Life by Victoria Butinoko? Is that what it's pronounced? She's a lady that coined the green smoothie long ago and is very enlightening in the importance of greens. I haven't read it. My day is good. Yeah. Thank you, Michael K. Yes, I am doing so much better. And I have hair. My hair, most of it fell out. So like, I know it's all wet because I've been in the ocean. Okay, we've got to get this salad done because I have to jump off for a call. I might jump back on and eat it after the call, after I've done the call, but I do have a call I need to take. Okay, so here we are here. Now we do the toppings. So the toppings go like this. The little bruschetta, we were soaking to the side. That will go on top of this. This is the fun stuff, okay? Oh, mushrooms. So you can do as much mushrooms as you want. Got some mushrooms that are going on here. There's some more protein. I don't know, I don't want to be like judgmental about people, but I'm almost 44, and if protein is supposed to be like the answer, I ain't walking around here seeing anyone look as young as I do. And I'm not just saying that, I'm being completely honest. Like, I have been through it. Like, I have been someone who has been so many chemicals in their body to try and save their life, over 60 surgeries. And in my own personal opinion, I still look younger than most people my age that I pass. And that's, if I didn't, I would change what I do, because I work my butt off at what I do. If this wasn't working, like, who is going to go to all this trouble if it wasn't working? Who gets up every day to make themselves look like crap? And I'm not saying that to say that those people are doing anything wrong. This is just my opinion. I love the way this makes me look and feel. I don't think I could look any younger any other way, and I don't think I can look younger. And it's not about a looks thing, because it's about how I feel. In fact, the times where I look in the mirror and I go, oh, I look the youngest I have in a while, I feel the most energized. So it really is this representation. So this is the salad. We've got the little bruschetta, we've got the mushrooms, and what else are fun things? Okay, this avocado is bigger. And remember, if you have histamine issues, you want a real firm avocado. So we're gonna crack this baby open. And see how it's beautiful. It's like bananas. The riper they get, the more histamines they get. So we'll just put that on top there. Like, so if I just ate that avocado, for sure right now I'd have a histamine reaction. But in this salad, and I felt so energized. I'm like, now I get it. Now I know why I ate this. Yes, I'm here to get people to eat more vegetables. Yes, thanks, George. Because I'd had 60 surgeries and been in a bed for 15 years, I'd been on massive doses of opioids, in and out of hospitals. I missed basically my whole life. And then I was near death, in and out of ICU, and I just stopped talking. I stopped talking. I basically, you could say, started seeing things, but it was almost like I was with spirit for a time. And then I was in a psych unit. They took the rest of, I'd be coming off opioids. I was on stimulant medication for ADHD. I was on SSRIs. I was on hormone medication. They took everything off me. I was pretty much left on the floor. Those places are just not nice to heal in. Like, I'd been in a bedroom for 15 years or a hospital. They're having surgeries, and this is my, anyway, dark night of the soul gets like that. And then they decided to put me on risperidol or something, and I was tripping. So I'm already tripping out from the drugs they'd had prescribed me for years. And then they rip it off me and put me on new ones. I'm off. But it was literally someday, and I don't even know whether this is the live to go into, having my stomach surgically removed and being in hospital for 3 months was a walk in the park. Psych side of it, absolute horrible, horrible. So that's like that side of it. So, but my memory's been coming back ever since, after I did a juice cleanse last year, not during the juice cleanse, but after, I started to get these massive chunks of like what feels like this identity memory. And the more I keep sitting in that, which is a double-edged sword, because my trauma comes back. Obviously, my body feels safe to remember it, but it's like I'm grateful for the memories, but then now I remember a lot of the stuff I went through. So be careful what you wish for. Not that I even knew it was missing. I was like, when you are on raw foods, you're very present. I wouldn't have survived this long. I would have walked in front of a car. When you're dissociated and when you have FND and when your liver's failing, and because your liver's failing, you can't have vitamin infusions anymore and iron infusions, so you're not getting enough oxygen. Plus I was having seizures. I wouldn't have survived. Lucky I found this live. So I noticed Pantene shampoo gave me headaches. I stopped. Good for you listening to your body. Shout out to, is it Ninfa Schultz? Hey there. Thanks, Creative Heart. Yes, I'm going back to eating one of these a day, and I will finish it because we've got 15 minutes before I need to take a call. But I will eat this. I will come back on the live and eat this. The call goes for an hour, so I actually haven't heard from the person, so I hope they show up. I also top this with bell pepper. All this is really hydrating. So I ate this type of salad, the kind of blueprint that I follow each day, every day for months when I healed myself. I got well within 6 weeks from all the problems I've told you about. Obviously, my memory was still missing, but I didn't know that it was missing. I felt like I was just in heaven. And I noticed I woke up this morning and had that same sort of feeling. And so usually there's mango in this. I will tomorrow, I'm going up the street tomorrow to go to Pilates. I will get some mango because that gives it like that sweet essence. But I do have some orange juice to put through it today. Okay, so we got bell peppers. What else? All right. Okay, ginger and turmeric. I have to get turmeric tomorrow as well. You literally put a ton of ginger and turmeric in this salad, as much as you feel called to put in. So this is another food. You can go for gold. Just keep going. All these foods in this bowl, especially the greens, you put in as much greens as you want. Just be mindful of the amount of vegetables you put in because they are a little harder to digest. Once you're used to them, you can probably put lots. Okay, so someone asked me how much ginger do you put in? I would say over a thumb. Like that's a lot. That's like a good amount of ginger, but it helps with digestion. Okay, this is what we're looking like. And then I would put that much turmeric in as well, but we don't have any. Then I put in, this is all the fresh stuff we're going to get in first. And then we do the other fun stuff, which we're more careful with. So I do a chili. I love this spice. You don't have to, if you don't like one of these foods, you just don't put it in. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. All right, chili on top. Okay, to dress this, I was going to get lime as well. Pink grapefruit's good. Mandarins are in season here. You can use mandarins. Because this is like so hydrating. I feel like this may be the reason. Plus there's a whole lot of vitamin C in these, which helps you absorb all the iron from this. There's spinach in there and all the greens, which are in there. So this is why having a variety is good. So I like the sourness of lemons. I love tart stuff. Tart isn't really the right word, is it? I think it's sour. I'm not like a huge sweet fan. Like even after the live yesterday, I had some dragon fruit, which here it isn't that sweet, and raspberries. That's kind of my fruits. So we've got this here. So we're going to do juice of a lemon in here. And then I'll put that to the side, and we're going to do a juice of an orange, but you can do pink grapefruit. Go and explore all the different citruses. I had fun doing that. Blood oranges, when they come into season, that was nice. I did like blood orange and beetroot in one of the salads. It made it all go red, but it was like still good. Okay. Don't want to choke. I feel like I'm a bit tender from the leaking of the, what was it? The onion. Leeks. Yes, I reprogrammed myself at rock bottom. What does it even matter if we're going to die eventually? Now that's a good question, but imagine being locked up in a psych unit and feeling like every day you're burning alive while someone's snapping your bones while you're in a fire. And you can see the fire, and when you look at your arms, you're watching them snap over and over and over. And this goes on until it kind of, I guess, the drugs were coming out that they'd had me on, the psych drugs, and the new drugs they put me on who were coming in. Do you want to live, well, how many years have you got left? 40 years, like that. And maybe you have a good day, but when you get up, you can barely walk because you're 37 kilograms. And then when I was at rock bottom the next time, I couldn't talk or walk most days. I'd have seizures if I did get up, and then I was back laying down. But when I was laying down, I didn't sleep for 3 months. So there's no reprieve. You black out for like 40 minutes, then you come to, and you have so much post-traumatic stress, you get up and you relive horrors you didn't even know that the memory held. What's the point of being well, hey? I think there's a huge point in being well. This is why physical stuff I went through ain't got crap on fighting with the brain, or you can call it reprogramming, whatever. I have been through it, and not when I had organs removed, not when I had the 60 surgeries. I have been through it since my memory or dissociation, and this is why I do these lives, because if anyone out there is going through mental health problems that you think no one could understand. I remember clawing my way across the floor because I couldn't stand in a neurological hospital where I couldn't butter my toast or tie my shoelaces, and it would feel like some days someone took over my body and just wanted me to get ended. And I would literally, you hear of cases like this where you put your fingers into the floor so you don't do something, and you basically, people have broken their own bones to stop them harming others or harming themselves. And I didn't want to get into this, but this is why I do what I do, because there's things that happen to people which are unexplainable, unimaginable, and you don't have to live like that for another 40 years. Because people don't. I couldn't, this is why I wouldn't be here. Okay, so we've got this, and we are going to do the fun stuff now. Sorry, that went a bit dark there, but like, I want people to know, cilantro, you know what, parsley is good too. Hey, Ariel Greenberg. Yeah, I have, like, I've been through it, but that's why I try and say, like, it's not that side. Like, when I was having my stomach removed, I went through physical pain, but I still had me. Like, it's so hard to explain to people what it's like to lose who you are. And to get her back somewhat with the raw foods was like this glimmer that I had. Okay, so at this point, what I usually did, and sometimes I had darker, which is here as well. I sometimes mixed it up, but most nights I would go to the spice cabinet and pull out what I was called to. And most nights it was just plain paprika and turmeric. And then I would go to the nut cupboard. Well, there's a bit of sumac there. I could try some of that too. And get some nuts that I haven't. I usually alternate. So yesterday we did cashews, chia seeds, almonds, and pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to do today pumpkin seeds, and you can do whatever you're called to. But I tried to alternate what I was doing. So we've got some hemp we can do, maybe some walnuts, and we want to have, we've got higher omega-3s here, but maybe we do some flax to keep it balanced. And I haven't been adding the Brazil nuts either, which have a bit of, it's getting a lot going on here, but Brazil nuts have a good amount of selenium in it, and this is really good for many things, but thyroid function is one of them. So you just grab a couple, like 2 Brazil nuts, and okay, so we just crush those up because they're nice, like crushed up. You don't want to have just mouthfuls of 2. I mean, you could. Okay, so we got those ones, and then we've got, just do some pumpkin seed. And as I said, is grab the seeds you're drawn to. Please know that this isn't meant to be your meal. So I just do like a light sprinkling. Enough so I feel satiated with the nuts. I might cut up some walnuts. Walnuts are nice and meaty. So I was doing Dr. Moore's herbs, but it felt like they weren't doing much. Plus the alcohol I feel isn't beneficial. I'm going to start doing just fresh herbs. Fresh herbs are amazing. Sphinx, thank you for sharing. I'm new here. I appreciate it. It's helpful. You're very welcome. You may have to watch back unless you've seen the rest of it. So the walnuts, and there's something very freeing about not using a blender or anything as well. So we're going to do a little bit more walnuts and some flaxseed. Now I'm not grinding them. I'm going to see how I go. If I start having allergies again, I will grind them, but I'm just going back to what this salad came to me when I couldn't read or write. It was like what I was called to eat. I started to learn that if something felt good, thinking about it, making it, eating it, and then afterwards, and then I never felt depressed or down, I was on a good, I was following my intuition. Celery would have been good, but anyway, I had some juice. So we're doing a bit of flaxseed, just a little. And then I do a good helping of turmeric. And as I said, you can go to the spice cabinet and see what you're drawn to, but was always drawn to these two. And I think it's the vibrational energy at the time, because that's all I could sense. I really didn't have what most people know as concentration in reality. If you notice these on a spice shelf, the paprika and the turmeric are the highest vibrational to look at. So you'll see they're still, look, I mean, look at that. It's like I was really drawn to, and I was healing the energetics of food. And I got rid of everything except these. Okay, the other thing we do is a dash of apple cider vinegar. That's optional. Oh, I didn't fill it up yesterday. Pah! I've got a big jug of it from the farmers markets. And this definitely helped with my digestion. I woke up with great digestion. Like, I've been trying to get my stomach that flat again in a while, and I was like, woo. Okay, so we're mixing this, and once I mix it, I'll put this in, otherwise this will stick to the top. And what I like to do, what I did when I healed, is this salad should get picked up with chopsticks. That's how I knew that the composition was to match my body. It had to be picked up, because if you watch people who pick something up and there's enough fat in it where it's like Moorish looking, it's hard to describe, because remember, maybe I lost my mind for a reason. It helped me like find this. I'm going to come back and finish this in an hour, but I actually am going to put some more avocado and lemon. So that's how I knew. It was like my body knew when I had no internet, no family. I was in this funny little place. I ran past it today. I'm going to do a video. I mean, I won't do a video and show you everything because it's not my place. But I saw the tree out the back that I used to like put my feet on because I need grounding to feel stable. But so that's looking good, but it'll be really good when it soaks for the next hour. And I'll come back and I'll finish. I was going to put some sumac. Sumac's a flower. And so sometimes I would do something a little different, give it a little extra flavor. And then, what's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor. Whoop. Okay. That's probably a bit more than a tablespoon, maybe 1.5 to 2. But I will, in an hour, add some more lemon, avocado. It has to be, the whole point was I worked out in life, I'm supposed to enjoy every moment, and that is supposed to dictate what comes next. And every time I start to force life or do things which are supposed to make me better but are painful, I end up attracting painful crap into my life. So every step, even if it's slow and even if it's step by step, has to be, you have to find joy in it. So if you're going to have a salad, put the extra avocado so you eat it. That's what my theory. I tried Dr. Moore's Heal or Tea. It wasn't bad, but it was too strong for my stomach actually. Yeah. Yes, everyone subscribe. I'll be back. Yes, colors are good in food. Oh, yum. Sumac on cauliflower. All right, I will see anyone who comes back in about an hour and I'll eat this.